Welcome to ReneEnergy.com on YouTube, the hub for all things renewable energy and sustainability. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the latest innovations and insights in green energy, including cutting-edge developments like green hydrogen. Whether you're a sustainability veteran or just beginning your journey, we have something for everyone. Join us on this channel to explore inspiring projects for a sustainable tomorrow. We bring you the latest in renewable energy, sustainability, and cutting-edge technologies. And don't forget, for more in-depth information and resources, visit our website and subscribe to our newsletter for the latest updates and exclusive content. Welcome to ReneEnergy.com. Today, we embark on an in-depth exploration of the updated Destination 2050 report, a route to Net Zero European Aviation. This groundbreaking roadmap, released in February 2025, lays out an ambitious, science-driven pathway for Europe's aviation industry to achieve net zero carbon emissions by the year 2050. As one of the most challenging sectors to decarbonize, aviation is under intense scrutiny, yet this report demonstrates that with concerted effort, technological innovation, and decisive policy action, the transformation is well within reach. Aviation has long been a cornerstone of Europe's economic vitality and connectivity. It enables people to travel across vast distances, supports the movement of goods, and plays a critical role in sustaining millions of jobs. However, with the mounting pressure of climate change and the urgent need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the aviation sector faces a formidable challenge: how to drastically reduce its carbon footprint without compromising its essential role in society. The updated Destination 2050 report tackles this challenge head-on, providing a comprehensive blueprint that builds on the success of the 2021 edition while incorporating the latest insights from technology, operations, policy, and market dynamics. At its core, the report identifies that achieving net zero by 2050 will require a transformation that permeates every facet of aviation. The report presents a multi-pronged approach, emphasizing that no single measure will suffice. Instead, it calls for a coordinated strategy that blends advanced aircraft and engine technologies, significant improvements in air traffic management and operational practices, a dramatic scale-up in the use of sustainable aviation fuels, SAF, and alternative energy sources, including hydrogen, and the implementation of robust economic measures and market-based instruments. In terms of aircraft and engine technology, the report highlights the critical role of innovation. Today's recent and imminent aircraft are already setting new benchmarks in fuel efficiency, replacing older models that are less efficient and more polluting. These new aircraft, with their enhanced aerodynamic designs, lighter materials, and advanced propulsion systems, offer significant improvements in fuel consumption and emissions reduction on a per-flight basis. But the report does not stop there. It looks to the future and envisions a new generation of future aircraft that incorporate transformative technologies such as hydrogen fuel cells and hybrid electric propulsion systems. These innovations promise even greater efficiency gains and represent a radical shift in how aircraft will operate in the decades to come. However, such breakthrough technologies come with challenges, including the need for substantial investment in research and development, the restructuring of global supply chains, and the establishment of new certification protocols. Fleet renewal is central to this vision, as replacing older aircraft with these state-of-the-art models is essential to achieving significant, long-term reductions in carbon emissions across the industry. Parallel to technological advancements in aircraft design, the report stresses the importance of improving air traffic management, ATM, and overall flight operations. Even before the full fleet turnover can occur, there is a tremendous opportunity to reduce emissions through smarter operational practices. The report explains that optimizing flight planning, reducing cruise speeds, and implementing more efficient routing strategies can lead to immediate reductions in fuel burn. Modernizing ATM systems, through initiatives like the Single European Sky and the Caesar programs, will enable airlines to fly more direct routes, minimize delays, and reduce the time aircraft spend in energy-intensive phases of flight. These improvements not only enhance safety and efficiency but also contribute substantially to lowering the sector's overall fuel consumption and emissions. Furthermore, operational enhancements such as reducing taxi times, adopting more efficient ground handling procedures, and optimizing aircraft maintenance practices add up to deliver measurable benefits. In essence, by streamlining the myriad processes that underpin air travel, the industry can realize significant gains in fuel efficiency and, consequently, in emissions reductions. One of the most pivotal components of the report is its focus on alternative fuels and sustainable energy sources. Sustainable aviation fuels, SAF, emerge as the single largest lever for reducing aviation's carbon footprint. The updated roadmap builds on ambitious targets set by the Refuel Aviation Regulation, which mandates an incremental increase in the proportion of SAF blended with conventional jet fuel. According to the report, SAF could contribute to as much as 35% of the total emission reductions required by 2050. Unlike fossil-derived fuels, SAF is produced from renewable feedstocks, ranging from waste materials and biomass to synthetic pathways that utilize captured carbon, and can dramatically lower life cycle emissions. In addition to SAF, the report examines the role of hydrogen as an alternative energy carrier. Although hydrogen-powered aircraft are projected to play a smaller role than initially expected, primarily due to a later market introduction and lower anticipated market shares, they still represent an important element of the overall energy mix, especially for short-haul routes within Europe. The report goes into considerable detail about the challenges associated with scaling up the production of these alternative fuels, including issues related to feedstock availability, production costs, and the enormous renewable electricity requirements needed for synthesizing fuels and supporting carbon removal technologies. In fact, the report estimates that by 2050, renewable electricity demand for producing SAF, hydrogen, and powering associated carbon capture systems could reach several hundred terawatt-hours, a figure that underscores the interdependence between aviation decarbonization and broader energy transition efforts. Economic measures and market-based instruments form the final critical pillar of the Destination 2050 strategy. The report clearly articulates that decarbonizing aviation is not only a technological and operational challenge but also an economic one. To bridge the cost gap between conventional fuels and their sustainable counterparts, the report advocates for the strengthening of market-based mechanisms such as the European Union Emissions Trading System, EU ETS, and international schemes like the Carbon Offsetting and Reduction Scheme for International Aviation, CORSIA. These mechanisms create financial incentives for reducing emissions by placing a price on carbon, thereby encouraging airlines and fuel suppliers to invest in cleaner technologies. The analysis presented in the report estimates that reaching net zero emissions by 2050 will require a cumulative premium investment of roughly €1,300 billion. Although this figure is substantial, it primarily reflects the additional costs associated with transitioning to sustainable aviation fuels, which currently command a price premium over conventional kerosene. Importantly, the report argues that these investments should not be seen merely as costs, they are critical investments in the future competitiveness and sustainability of the aviation sector. Over time, improvements in fuel efficiency, operational savings, and reduced carbon pricing liabilities are expected to offset these initial premium expenditures. The modeling even suggests that by around 2048, the annual costs under the sustainability pathway could fall below those projected under a business-as-usual scenario, demonstrating that early investments will yield long-term financial and environmental dividends. A particularly compelling aspect of the Destination 2050 report is its stark warning about the urgency of immediate action. The report illustrates that the window of opportunity to achieve the necessary emissions reductions is rapidly closing. It presents a detailed comparison between a reference scenario, in which no additional decarbonization measures are taken, and the sustainability scenario laid out in the roadmap. Under the reference scenario, emissions would continue to climb in line with the growth in air traffic, driven by rising numbers of flights and passengers and the persistent reliance on conventional fuels. In contrast, if all recommended measures are implemented on schedule, net in-sector emissions could be slashed by as much as 90% by 2050. This dramatic difference serves as a powerful reminder that every year of delay makes the transition exponentially more difficult. If the proposed actions are postponed, cumulative emissions could quickly exceed the carbon budgets that are compatible with limiting global temperature rises to either 1.5 degrees Celsius or 1.7 degrees Celsius, the critical thresholds established by the Paris Agreement. The report's modeling shows that delayed action not only undermines the technical feasibility of reaching net zero but also increases the economic burden, as higher cumulative emissions will necessitate even greater investments in carbon removal technologies later on. Beyond the technical and economic dimensions, the report delves into the broader societal implications of the transition. The necessary investments and the associated cost increases are expected to have an impact on air travel demand. In the sustainability scenario, the annual growth rate of air travel is projected to decline from 2.0%, as expected under business as usual, to about 1.4%. Although this slowdown might seem like a setback for the industry, it is, in fact, a deliberate trade-off to ensure that the overall carbon footprint of aviation remains within safe limits. Reduced growth in passenger numbers is not merely a cost factor, it reflects a fundamental shift in how society values sustainability in conjunction with connectivity. By accepting slightly higher ticket prices and a modest reduction in travel growth, Europe can ensure that its aviation sector remains within the emissions pathways required to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change. This balance between economic activity and environmental stewardship is at the heart of the Destination 2050 strategy. Policy recommendations form another key element of the report's narrative. The authors call on European policymakers to recognize aviation as one of the hardest-to-abate sectors and to prioritize it within broader climate and industrial strategies. They urge the European Commission to include aviation prominently in the upcoming Clean Industrial Deal and to develop a dedicated aviation industrial strategy that can foster the necessary investments in research, innovation, and infrastructure. Harmonization of market-based measures is also critical, as the report advocates for stronger and more coherent frameworks for both the EU ETS and international carbon offsetting schemes like CORSIA. Such measures are essential not only to drive down emissions but also to ensure that the cost burdens of the transition are distributed fairly across the industry. Enhanced cooperation between governments, industry stakeholders, and financial institutions is repeatedly stressed throughout the report as a prerequisite for achieving the transformative changes required. The report paints a vivid picture of the future of European aviation. It envisions an industry where state-of-the-art, fuel-efficient aircraft dominate the skies, where flights are managed through highly optimized air traffic systems that reduce fuel burn and delays, and where sustainable fuels, produced from renewable feedstocks and powered by abundant renewable electricity, form the backbone of the energy mix. In this envisioned future, hydrogen plays a key supporting role, particularly for short-haul routes and as part of hybrid electric propulsion systems that further boost efficiency. The aviation sector would not only meet its net zero target but do so while maintaining its role as a vital engine of economic growth and societal connectivity. The transformation, however, is not without its challenges. It requires a massive scaling up of production capacity for sustainable fuels, substantial investments in new technologies and infrastructure, and, perhaps most critically, swift and coordinated action across multiple sectors and levels of government. Looking ahead, the updated Destination 2050 report serves as both a roadmap and a rallying cry. It makes it unequivocally clear that the next 5 years are critical. Immediate action in the form of investments, policy interventions, and operational improvements is essential to set the industry on the right course. Every delay not only jeopardizes the attainment of net zero emissions by 2050 but also increases the economic and environmental costs of the transition. The report's detailed analysis, underpinned by rigorous modeling and a comprehensive review of technological trends, offers a clear message: the time to act is now. In closing, the Destination 2050 report provides a comprehensive, science-based blueprint for transforming European aviation. It lays out an ambitious yet achievable path that hinges on innovation, efficiency, and collaboration. While the transition demands significant investment and a willingness to embrace change, the long-term benefits, in terms of reduced emissions, enhanced competitiveness, and a sustainable future, are enormous. This roadmap is not just about meeting a climate target, it is about reinventing an industry for a new era, ensuring that Europe remains a global leader in aviation while also safeguarding the planet for future generations. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Destination 2050 report. We hope this detailed overview has given you a clear understanding of how European aviation can pave its way to net zero by 2050 and why every moment counts. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. For more insights and updates on the energy transition and the future of sustainable aviation, visit renewable.com. Together, we have the power to transform challenges into opportunities and chart a course toward a cleaner, greener future for aviation and our planet. Thanks for tuning into the renewable.com YouTube channel. We trust you found this episode enlightening and motivating. There's a world of innovation and opportunity in sustainable energy, and we're delighted to share this journey with you. Stay in the loop with the latest on renewable energy and sustainability by visiting our website and subscribing to our newsletter. Your support is immensely appreciated, it's truly invaluable to us. Don't miss our next video on new trends in renewable energy. Follow us on social media for the latest updates. Enjoyed the video? Like, subscribe, and share for more green insights. Thanks for watching.